Hey guys, what's up? This is Flower coming today with a new vlog. I know it's been like 3 weeks, 4. I know, I'm sorry, forgive me. I've just been on vacation and I have horrible internet and I cannot live like this. It's terrible. For me to watch a YouTube video, it takes only like 30 minutes to watch like a 10-minute YouTube video. It's quite terrible. If you can hear the Beyonce in the back, don't mind it. It's not me. I do not listen to Beyonce. My roommate does. Funny thing, because he's a boy. Don't tell anybody that I'm telling you guys. Anyways, let me get back into the topic that I'm trying to, talk about today. Topic will be feminism and women that believe they are feminists. So, when you look up the definition on dictionary.com, which is like my top favorite place to go to and look for definitions. Let's see, and you look for feminism. Let's see what pops up. Okay, so feminism is the doctrine advocating social, political, and all other rights of women equal to those of men. An organized movement for the attainment of such rights for women. So it basically means that it's a movement that is all about acquiring equality between men and women. Now, it's 2012. And in this world that we're living on right now, we have a severe case of man whores. Severe case of man whores. I mean, I'm not against people that are sexually free. But some people are just overly sexually free to the point where they do not value their sexual organs. And you can't tell me that things are still the same as the cave days, because they're not. If they weren't, there wouldn't be so many STDs that are just going around easier. And we wouldn't be saying, oh, chlamydia is normal. Oh, this is normal. No, it's not normal. Even if it's curable, it's not normal. There's no reason why all these STDs are going around harder more than ever. Besides the severe case of man whores and woman whores. I do not like pointing out who's a slut and who's not. I'm nobody to say it. Honestly, everybody has a different definition of what a slut is or what a whore is. But I am against people that do not value their sexual organs. I am totally against that. I'm totally against men that have sex with various women with no condom, with no protection. That just can't be good. I mean, like, no matter how cool they look and shit, because they get mad girls, like, that's not good. That's putting your body in danger. I'm married, as most of you guys know, and I will never get mad at my husband if he ever cheats on me because he lied to me. No, that's not the point. I will be mad at him. He will never see me again because of the reason that he puts my body in danger. When you're with somebody, you're supposed to trust that they're only with you. Unless, obviously, you're having an open relationship, but that's another story. When you're with somebody and you trust that they're only with you, you trust in them with your body and your health. It's beyond trusting them with your heart. You trust them with your body. So it's beyond it. But let me get back into the point of feminism. What the fuck does this have to do with anything? Well, I see that women are using the feminism term to make it seem like it's okay for them to be just like guys. Obviously, we go back to the definition as the equality of women and men. That's what being a feminist is. But does that make it okay for a woman to stop valuing her sexual organs? No, it doesn't. There's no reason for a woman to use feminism as an excuse to be a slut. It's no excuse. Because at no point in time have we ever agreed in the way so many men out there live. For so long, we have never agreed in the way so many men just fuck girls and they don't give a fuck. We have never agreed with that. There's no reason for us to agree with it now that we claim we're feminists. I'm a feminist. I'm total with feminism. but it does not mean that I'm against boys and men and guys in general. I'm not against it. I'm not against them. I don't think all men are the same. Women talk a lot of shit about how men are all the same and blah blah blah, how they want to be equal to men, but at the end of the day, being equal to men does not mean being a whore just like them. Because what's that? Negative plus negative would never and is never going to equal a positive. How can all these girls be running around treating their body like trash, calling themselves feminists? No. When all these men have been treating their dick and their bodies like trash for so long, and nobody ever talks about it that way because the standards of society has made us accept that it's fine for a man to not give a fuck about his body and to have sex with all these girls raw. And you know what? It's not okay. Especially now. It's 2012. It's more dangerous out there than it has ever been. Being sexually free does not mean hurting people in the process. Being sexually free does not mean hurting yourself in the process. And there's various ways of hurting yourself. If you have that type of careless sex with anybody anywhere. I am with sex and I love sex. I love it and I have it every day, and that's why I have a husband. But that does not mean that you're supposed to stop caring about your body. At the end of the day, we're all physical matter that needs to be taken care of. And we're not invincible. And people just run around, living these promiscuous lives, whether it's a man or a woman. And they never amount to anything. Never. We live in a world where strippers claim to be feminists, where prostitutes claim to be feminists. And honestly, it fucks with me. The fact that you have freaking girls that don't value themselves claiming to be feminists. And you know what? It makes total sense that they wanted to be equal to men. And they are when they become this way. I feel like women they feel better when they're able to go out and fuck anybody they want. It makes themselves feel better. It makes themselves feel equal to men. But that's no equality. That's no good equality for anybody. It never amounts to anything good. Nothing. Being feminist, being into feminism, is truly standing up for the equal rights of women in every area of life beyond sex. Being a feminist is beyond sex. I'm all about being equal. All about that with men. I do not make exceptions. I do not think that because men are this way, women are this way, you're supposed to make exceptions with anything. At the end of the day, we are all exactly the same. Except for how we are biologically. Our bodies are different, but beyond that, we are the same. And it doesn't matter if a vagina is inside and a dick is outside. It's still something that needs to be taken care of and valued. And feminism doesn't excuse a woman to do that. It never will. Because it doesn't amount to anything good. And being equal to men does not mean being like them. I understand this is a saying that goes like, if you can't be against them, then join them. And it may apply sometimes, but in this certain situation, it does not apply. How can you support something that you've been against for so long? I haven't forgotten what my mother or my grandmother or my aunt or my female family went through because of men that didn't value their sexual organs. For me to go and do the same thing and claim myself to be a feminist, it makes no sense. I love men. I love women in both ways. I am not against men. Because of the way women are becoming nowadays, these, free-spirited, that's what they call it. I don't like using the free spirit term because I'm a very free-spirited person, but it does not mean I'm forgetting to take care of myself and I'm forgetting to take care of my body and to watch out for what I do. That does not mean being a free-spirited person. Being a free-spirited person is doing exactly what you have to do to make yourself be happy. Not going overboard to the point where you are possibly hurting yourself. There's always a borderline to everything. The borderline where you start hurting yourself or when you start hurting other people. And that's when you gotta stop. There's a balance to everything. Some women take feminism to an extreme, so much that it excuses their actions and make themselves feel better over what they do. But being a man whore does not show men that you're equal to them. It just settles and shows them that you're just like them. You settle for something that you never even agreed with before, that you talk so much shit about. We can all be free. Cool. Let's all have sex with each other and raw with nothing. What the hell? What kind of world will we end up as? It just makes no sense that that's the way to live life in any possible way. So the point of my video is to really explain a little bit about feminism. A lot of people get really mad, especially men, when women seem to claim that, they're pimps and that, because at the same time they think they're being feminist and whatever. Since when have we agreed in the way men, so many men, I'm not saying most, I'm not saying all men, I'm saying most men, because I don't believe all men are the same. But we know that thanks to the man jerks of this world, so many women have settled for being like that. Because they want to be equally fucked up. I'm sorry, I'm not with being fucked up. Not with myself, not with my body, not with anybody. I take care of what I love, and I love my body more than anything in this world, and I strive to preserve it, to be healthy. And if you can't do that, you're doing nothing. Your feminism is just weak, and it doesn't really amount to anything but settling for the worst. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys can understand what I'm trying to get at, and holla at me and let me know what you guys think. Alright, I will talk to you later.